So let's finally summarize the strategy and make sure that we know it at a slightly more abstract level. So the problem is that some objects may become very complex and implement multiple concerns. And sometimes it's desirable to partition the object into multiple objects, each implementing a single concern. However, we have to be careful so we don't introduce complexity to the client. Sometimes the concern may have multiple implementations that we also want to swap at runtime, either controlled by the client or perhaps controlled by the context of this complex object itself. The solution suggested in the design patterns book is that we partition out the concern that we want to implement separately into what's called a strategy. We define a well defined interface that formulates the responsibility of the strategy. We may have multiple concrete strategies or implementations of those strategies. And we have the original object in the patterns called the context. And when a method on the context is called, it may delegate some part of that responsibility to the strategy. While we implemented this in Java, I showed you some variations. In some cases, the client instantiated the strategy. In some cases, the context itself defined the strategy. And there could be some combination there. A very common way to implement it, for instance, in Java, is to inject the strategy itself.